What's one word to describe the Bronx?
Cool.
What would you say is the biggest impact that New York has had on you?
Just made me who I am.
Go-to order at the bodega.
Go-to order at the bodega was orange drink, if you know, you know, and a small bag of chips.
That's that real New Yorkers say.
You!
Think we'll ever see you in a musical on Broadway?
God, I hope so.
What characters are you most similar to?
I would have to say Selena.
What made you laugh the most in between takes?
My husband, Ben. That's mine.
Oh, yeah. Is it important for you to name your company New Yorican Productions?
Because I'm a Puerto Rican from New York.
What do you think should portray you in a movie?
He hasn't been born yet.
Life, what do you think you'd be cooking?
Rice and beans and chicken.
Rice, beans, chicken. You don't cook. I don't cook? No.
Original.
Aisle or window?
Window. My everyday style is very relaxed and kind of tomboyish, but a little bit of sex.
What a shocker that an obnoxiously rich and successful celebrity has been exposed for being an a-hole. I mean, people have been saying that about JLo for quite some time, and we are gonna dive into the whole JLo hate train going on the internet. But before that, please like for engagement and subscribe because I need health insurance and I'm suffering. I'm not even kidding, I wish I was. So JLo has released a music album called This Is Me Now with a musical documentary This Is Me Now, a love story, and the Amazon Prime documentary The Greatest Love Story Never Told, which features the making of this musical nobody asked for and kind of goes around her and Ben Affleck's relationship as a train wreck. Honestly, this whole thing is so confusing. It took me a week to differentiate between these three of her projects, and even the people who have watched it are confused.
I just finished JLo's new movie. Where do I begin? If you're curious about the plot, so am I. And I just watched it. It's some mythological story where she chases a magical hummingbird. Like Pan's Labyrinth meets a JLo music video.
First of all, how is this the greatest love story? Doesn't he look absolutely fed up with her? I don't think it's even a good love story. It's just a train wreck in my opinion.
But no, she thought we would be at the edge of our seats to watch this music video, non-music video about her love with Ben. The same man that literally sent her on a spiral for 20 years. And who she now barely looks happy with anytime we see them out. I don't know if it's bad timing, but the cameras almost always catch them looking unhappy as hell.
So her new projects have started this chain reaction from people realizing how pathetic and unwanted this musical was, and the making of it was even messier because she documented the whole process and kind of outed this mess behind the scenes herself.
I like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me when I was 16 in the Bronx.
Little fun fact. I was on the set of that shoot. It took her 12 times. We did 12 takes for that commercial. 12 takes. 12 takes. That's insane. 12 times. And that was the one that they went with.
It shows how nobody was willing to invest in her project, so she herself funded it with $20 million. She should have just sprinkled some gasoline on that cash and burned it, in my opinion, but whatever. Everybody around her thought it was a bad idea. No celebrities were ready to work with her, and then she is seen literally being so selfish and self-centered when she's forcing her team to make this guy work with her on the movie, and her team tells her that the guy is getting married and he can't do this right now, and she's like, call him anyway.
I want you to call Derek. We need him for 1 or 2 days.
It's a wedding, babe. He's in a wedding. It's a wedding. He's not going to give up his wedding. I mean,
whose wedding?
Betty. It's a wedding he's in.
I want you to call him.
Okay.
Somebody commented the fact that she didn't know he was getting married and they're such good friends. That is so true. Then there was this masterpiece that's going viral where she's trying so hard to look relatable.
I like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me when I was 16 in the Bronx, running up and down the block. A crazy little girl who used to be wild and no limits, all dreams and
Somebody said the blog deserves royalties at this point. Me pretending I'm being filled for my documentary. Didn't she walk around the block one time and that one guy didn't recognize her?
I used to live here. Huh? I used to live here.
Huh? My name is Jennifer. Jennifer? Yeah, I used to live and my room was upstairs right there. Jennifer Lopez.
Who's Jennifer Lopez?
Me. I used to live here.
People are totally roasting her in the comments. Legend has it that if you say the Bronx 3 times in front of the mirror, JLo will appear. People were literally not having it, and she is getting exposed left, right, and center for being so arrogant and treating people like dirt. I mean, we are talking about people who met her as fans or served her at the restaurant.
So one time, Miss Lopez comes into the restaurant. At this point, she was probably the most famous person that I was ever going to wait on besides Dustin Hoffman. When I waited on Dustin Hoffman, and this is important, I waited on Dustin Hoffman, I greeted him even though my manager was like, don't make a big deal out of it. You know, he's a huge freaking movie star, but don't make a big deal out of it. I walked up to Dustin's table and I was like, Dusty! And he loved it. He ate it up. He thought I was a sweetheart. So Miss I'm Just Jenny from the block had sat in my section in a booth similar to this, right? Like she's got maybe 4 or 5 people with her. There's enough room for them. Immediately when I walk up to the table, she looks up at me and says the words, somebody else. Me wanting to like cover up for that, I'm like, I'm sorry, is this booth not appropriate? And she said, no, we want a new waiter. First of all, I'm a waitress at this point. Like this was back in the day when we didn't use the word server. We called waiters, waiters, and waitresses, waitresses. To my face, she was like, you're not gonna do.
Jennifer Lopez? We're talking about Jennifer Lopez? All right, I'm here. I made a video one time and I was like, does JLo actually take people's tips? Because people were saying that her and her husband will go eat somewhere or go somewhere, and then when it's time to tip, her husband will tip, like, graciously, because they're millionaires. JLo will take the tip back.
Everyone's making fun of Jennifer Lopez, and I'm gonna join in, because I met her at my first job when I was a teenager, and she was a... Like, full disclosure, no one actually meets her. Her team prevents that. But when you encounter the Lopez, you know. So I was working at a movie theater, and she was coming in to see a movie. So her team reached out days in advance to let us know that JLo was coming in. And she bought out an entire theater. And when I say bought out an entire theater, I mean she bought 6 tickets and then prevented us from selling other tickets to anyone else because she couldn't watch the movie with poor people in the room. And then she wasn't going to come through the front doors. She was going to come through the back doors where we take out the trash, you know, where the dumpsters are. So we had to spend an entire day cleaning dumpsters and the whole back area because her team didn't want her seeing any trash, and they made this explicitly clear to the managers that it needed to be spotless so that she didn't feel like she was coming in through the back doors. So that was fun. And then when she arrived, we all had to evacuate because no one was allowed to look at her while she took a secret elevator to her little secret theater to watch her movie in peace. And we all had to evacuate again so that we wouldn't see her. Mind you, this is at like Made in Manhattan time in her career. And she's a celebrity, but like Justin Bieber and like Jaden Smith are coming to the theater using the front doors. Kevin Sorbo, Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee of Motley Crue. Jamie Foxx. I fucking hate Jamie Foxx. That guy's a dick, but he'd use the front doors. This was in an area where there was a bunch of celebrities all of the time. None of them made it a fucking deal. None of them made it an issue, except Jennifer Lopez. She was literally the only person who ever...
Also, she is being exposed for being so rude that she forbids people to look her in the eyes while talking to her. So naturally, when she's trying to present her old Jenny from the block persona, people are like, what? So people from her high school and from the Bronx have been coming out against her, and basically there's this My JLo story videos being made on TikTok by people who have had the displeasure of meeting JLo.
Okay. I truly have left this woman alone for years. I have just been annoyed in silence since high school. And guess what? I'm a Puerto Rican woman from the Bronx who went to the same high school as you, and you're lying. I saw your high school photo. You did not have hair like that. And we also both attended an all-girls Catholic high school in an Irish and Italian neighborhood. So you weren't running up and down the block. You know damn well you were sitting next to Megan Farley and Christine Marchetti in class. Why are you lying? Please stop using us to look human. We are sick of you. You don't do shit for us. Keep our names out of your mouth. We're not running up and down the block. Not all of us do that for kicks. You're stupid. Stop using us to look human.
Honestly, ever since I came to know about JLo when I was in 6th or 7th grade and her On the Floor song was super popular, I mean, I definitely vibed with that song, but I never understood how media and people worshipped her. I just saw this one movie of hers a few years ago where she was this young neighbor who had this crazy hot neighbor and he was all crazy about her and praise on her, and I watched that movie for the plot. But her acting, I swear, her acting was so awful. Her acting threw me off so bad that I clicked off halfway in that movie. But she prides herself as an actress, and now I get it why people are calling her J Lulu. I am just so happy that people have opened their eyes and see that she is not worth the worship, because I don't get the concept of celebrity worship, especially people like her who are well-known a-holes. And it's like she knows quite well that she is not very nice to people in general, and she always has to be this relatable Jenny from the block, but in reality she has an extremely huge ego and arrogance. It is just not a good look, especially with social media these days. Her Jenny from the block shtick cannot save her.
Another girl from the Bronx, not to be confused.
Path I've taken from the streets of the Bronx. I'm in New York. On the 6th, that's how I used to get from the Bronx to Manhattan. A little girl in the Bronx. All my New Yorkers in the house. I was the Bronx girl.
But now it's well beyond JLo's power. And you know what she did? She has hired people to say nice things about her.
J Lulu's team has officially hired bots to dispel her being a menace to waiters, all of that. Well, I work at the restaurant where I had dinner today. She was very regal. I had the honor of presenting her salad. This is some name. Another name. Well, I work at the restaurant where I had dinner today. She was very regal. I had the honor of preparing her salad.
So she has successfully made the world hate her with her lack of talent and bad attitude. And now it's no surprise that she has to pay people to say some good words about her, which they can't even do properly, and they keep spamming these comments saying the same comment that I served her salad. Is JLo binging on salads now at restaurants nationwide? Like, what's going on? Is she on a salad hunt or something? Like, why everybody's serving her salad all of a sudden? Anyways guys, comment and tell me your thoughts on it, and are you a JLo fan? Because if you are, then we'll pray for you to heal and to get better. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.